Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian here, Brian's Law of Maintenance. All right, on this video, we got a special guest. We got Jason Creel from Alabama Turf Pros. We're gonna be talking to you guys for a few minutes about how to start a fertilizer business. Show some love to my fertilizer guys that are out there running a lot of landscape business or trying to get started in fertilizer. Jason, if you want to just introduce yourself really quick.
Yeah. I'm not going to correct you every time my business, Alabama Lawn Pros.
Alabama Lawn Pros, my bad.
But that's no problem. Yeah, I'm Jason Creel. I run Alabama Lawn Pros. I'm living in the Birmingham, Alabama market, and then on YouTube I'm Lawn Care Life. But you know, I've known Brian for several years, and you know, we get to see each other maybe once a year or so and enjoy getting together, so I'm happy to be able to be a part of his channel today.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys can see the background, it's a little different than back up at home. We're down here at the first ever Green Industry Hype House. A lot of you guys have been watching the live streams this last week, and then also watching on the Instagram lives a week ago as well. And I wanted to just take a quick minute here. By the way, shout out to LMN who made this whole experience happen for all the different lawn care kind of influencers to come together. But while we're here, I said, Jason, I'd love to share with you, with our audience, because to me, when I get all those questions, Jason, about fertilizing, whether they're cool season grasses or the, what do you call them, the warm season grasses?
Yeah, we're warm season grass. Bermuda, zoysia, centipede, St. Augustine.
Well, I always point people to you from YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
So my question for you on this just short clip and video that we got today is, how does somebody get started with a fertilizer business here in 2021? And then any resources or places you can send people to help them get started in the industry?
Yeah, so I get those messages. So I'll get a message, somebody says, Brian's Lawn Maintenance told me to call you or told me to message you or something. I said, okay, so
sure.
You know, again, in fairness, I deal mostly with warm season grasses. So when I get somebody from Idaho or something like that, I have to bring in some outside help. But as far as warm season grasses, I deal primarily with Bermuda grass, but we have centipede, we have St. Augustine, we have zoysia. Now, Bahia grass, I know in Florida some people call that a turf grass. You know, we're basically trying to get rid of that. There's buffalo grass and things like that. But you know, if I was going to start a weed control and fertilization business, I'm first going to say why consider that. And I know to me a lot of it goes into your personality, what you want your business to be like, because it's not for everybody, obviously. But for me, I was mowing grass and I started doing the weed control thing, and I just didn't know, to be honest, what my business was going to look like. I didn't know if I was going to do both or just one, but I started to see the higher profit margins. And a lot of you know, that's really not a secret that there's higher profit margins in it, but the downside is you got to have a lot of customers to fill up your schedule. Where you might have 50 mowing clients and make a living off that, 50 spraying clients is you know, enough to get you on government assistance, basically. So you gotta, that's good. You gotta have a lot of customers, you know, to fill up your route. So and it's intimidating because there's a lot to learn. You just, you know, you rarely, when you mow somebody's grass, are they going to ask you to resod their yard because you screwed it up that bad. But if you like really screw up somebody's yard, I mean, you know, it's just the fear there and just not knowing where to start. So point being, lawn care can be somewhat regional. The weeds are regional. I was just talking to somebody down here in Florida. He's like, what weed is this? What weed is that? I was like, to be honest, I don't know. That's not that. These weeds don't live in Alabama.
Sure.
But if I was going to start, I would try to find someone that can sort of mentor you and in your area, because that may be a sales rep that's selling products, and you just say, hey, I need you to help me put together our program because I don't know what to use on the lawn at that given time. You know, we teach people how to do that kind of stuff on my website, lawncarelife.com. We've got programs to help people get started in that. And then sometimes my job is just to help you find that person. If it's not me, I say, you know what, maybe I can connect you with somebody who can help you, and I've done that before as well. But you know, a lot of it's a mentor, and then once you get that, you got to make up your mind you're going to do it. You got to get licensed through your state, call your Department of Agriculture, figure out, because it varies state to state. And then it's like deciding you're going to learn a foreign language. You sort of have to immerse yourself in it, and you're not going to do it perfect the first time. I mean, you're going to mispronounce some things, but you know, just listen to somebody that's got some experience, and you'll begin as you immerse yourself, it'll start making sense why you're doing what you're doing.
We got a friend of ours out there, Britt Dowd, with the Lawn Care Leaders podcast and Green Again Lawn Care. He said that the reason he got into fertilizing was something that his father-in-law had suggested, which was anytime there's a barrier to entry to do something, there's going to be more higher margins typically, more professionalism, less folks that can do it. And so that could kind of look like a hindrance if you're trying to get into it, but really it's an advantage if you are on the inside crowd.
That's exactly, I tell people the exact same advice. I think it's, and I've seen that because like I said, when I pull up at the gas station and I've got like 5 other guys with lawnmowers sitting there mowing grass, again, and I'm not anti-mowing at all. I mow grass, I made a lot of money mowing grass. I still think it can be great. I just sort of went into my own niche there.
Sure.
But there's not near as many people spraying as there are mowing. It's just this the fact of the matter. So I've honestly found it easier to get customers while doing the spraying versus mowing. And one reason that I'm not mowing and spraying, because I thought about doing both, when I went to just being the spray guy, guess what? The mow guys, they all like me then because they're getting asked who you recommend to spray my yard, and they say, hey, why don't you give Jason with Alabama Lawn Pros a call? But when I was their competitor,
right,
you know, they didn't necessarily want to send them to me. So that it's been a win-win. I'm in turn able to send them some business for mowing.
Well, let me ask you this: you've done the mowing and you've done the fert. Any pros or cons that maybe you can help these guys understand? Like, obviously there's better profit margins, it sounds like, in fertilizing, but do you miss anything from mowing, or that maybe easier money, or do you miss being on the mower or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't miss being on the mower because I still am on the mower. I got 4 acres in my house, so I cut grass, and I kind of like it, to be honest with you. But I would say that, you know, the advantages of the mowing business, and when I'm trying to help somebody think through this, is I mentioned earlier, but you can actually get your business up and going a lot faster. You know, like I said, you might realistically can pick up 50 customers in 1 year, and you're up and running. I mean, you can actually make a living off of that. Now, you're not going to get rich, but you know, where the spraying, like, it literally took me 3 years to fill up my route, and this was my 3rd business, so I knew kind of how to get customers. And,
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't, you know, super aggressive on the marketing, but it took 3 years, you know. So that would be one pro. Again, some people are the knowledge is a kind of a hindrance on the chemical side. I personally wanted to continue to develop as a lawn care professional, so I kind of looked at that as a pro. But I mean, there's definitely more regulation involved, and we do continue education and things like that. So if you don't like being nickel and dime with fees from government agencies, it might not be for you. But that's just part of being in the weed control business, and rightly so. Again, we're dealing with chemicals. We want to be careful with the environment. I'm not poking fun at that too much. We want to be responsible. But yeah, the mowing, you know, the big advantage to me on the weed control side, now especially for us in the South, it's literally year-round. So you know, we're trying to think like year-round income was not an impossible problem to solve for us in the South. I mean, I'm in that kind of tweener area where, like, we're not like Florida where they mow year-round and we don't get snow, so I can't just say, well, I'm gonna make my money snow plowing. So it's kind of like, what do? You have to kind of get those year-round contracts for mowing to make money in the winter, and it was tricky sometimes. Well, the spraying, we are in the magic area for that. Like, we literally can do what I do year-round. So that was a huge win in as far as weed control and fertilization.
How many applications do you guys do in your neck of the woods? Up in Michigan, a regular program is like 6 or 7 rounds usually. Yeah,
it varies. And I've seen people do anything from 6 to 12 in my area. I personally do 7 on most of my lawns. On the Bermuda zoysias, on the centipede scenes, I'm usually doing 6. Now, there's some extra things, like if they want fire ant control, I don't include that, so that would be an extra service. If they have a problem with a fungus year after year, then we'll put a fungicide in their program, so that would be extra. But like the base program, 7 applications per year.
So this guy right here, he knows pretty much everything there is to doing the weed control and fertilization, and I just wanted to get him on the video here for just a quick second. I know some of you guys watch Jason's YouTube channel, and like I said, I've sent probably dozens, if not hundreds of people his way that ask really intelligent questions about fertilizing and weed control. And I said, I'm not your guy. Last time I was in the game was, you know, 12, 13 years ago, working for True Green, and I can still talk the lingo and the language, but if you want day-to-day knowledge, I sent it over to Jason, who there's two things he's amazing at. One is weed control and fertilization. The second one is fishing, if you guys don't know, and that was on display here today down in Florida, right, Jason?
Well, you know what, we're at this hype house thing, and they got just a great kick because there was one lady on the boat and 3 men, and I was the most experienced fisherman. The lady caught more fish than all the men, and I actually caught the least amount, and they started calling me Bama Boy and all this other stuff. Now, I'm not the people I'm with, but the guy, anyway.
The captain.
They got a real kick out of it, and when we got back, that was just the highlight of the whole trip, is that I caught the least amount of fish.
I think the captain and you guys wanted to go tit for tat, you know what I mean? And,
well, you know, I told him, he seemed to like football. I told him in Alabama, all we do is win championships. And at that point, the whole mood changed, and he started calling me Bama Boy, and, you know, whatever.
Way to, when you're in Rome, man, you know, way to go.
There you go.
Hey, one other thing that we just wanted to talk about for a quick second, which was if you wanted to get started in a weed control and fertilization business, not to make a big pitch here or anything like that, but I did ask Jason if you could share about it, because we do have training and resources out there to help you guys grow a lawn and landscape company. And it's something that I know Jason's been working on. I said, how long have you been working on this behind the scenes? And he said, well over a year. And this is something he just released about a month ago to make available to you guys if you want to go down that rabbit hole of starting a lawn fertilization business. So can you just plug that for a quick second?
Yeah, so it's lawncarelife.com is my website. We just call it Weed Control and Fertilization Academy, and it's a lot of exclusive videos that are trying. I just said, what would somebody need to know if they're getting into this? From you know, we do all the business stuff, the marketing, all that, but also like literally, what do I spray on the grass to kill these weeds, and what kind of equipment do I need, and the spray tanks and the suppliers, and anyway, it's a lot of information. Like I said, I worked on it for over a year and finally got it all put together, and the feedback I've gotten from the people who've enrolled in the course has been real positive, so we're excited about it. It's at lawncarelife.com.
I'll make sure to leave a link in the description down there for that, and like I said, I don't get any kickback with that or anything. I just wanted to make sure I cover that resource for you guys, for Jason, because I know he's very passionate about helping you guys grow a more successful business, and that might include, you know, adding the fertilization and weed control to the business, which is awesome. Hey, by the way, I gotta give you one last little kudos or plug. 2 years ago, you did your speaking engagement at Launchpreneur Academy. People still talk about it. People still remember the lessons, the jokes, the whole speech that you did. And it's 2 years later, and some of you guys still say, man, you got to get Jason back up there. Get Jason back up there. We got to look at the schedule this year. If not this year, the year after. But
yeah, Brian says my biggest fan is his mom. She asked me, I don't know if it's my southern draw or whatever, but anyway, you know,
my mom did love your speech.
Yeah.
She said that is the funniest man I have ever seen in my entire life. And you guys wouldn't know that Jason's like a very funny dude, because he's very just level-headed kind of a guy. But he's very, very funny, so.
Yeah, I've got that rare gift where I can't really talk to somebody one-on-one, but I'm probably better in front of a crowd. But, you know, I'm not sure that's enviable by any means, but, you know, my wife's working with me on my social skills.
No, you're doing a great job, brother. Hey, if you guys are new here, like we said earlier, this channel is all about helping you guys grow a more successful lawn and landscaping business and also fertilizer business. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. If you guys appreciate Jason and his time and just bringing you guys this fun, quick clip, definitely big thumbs up on the video. We appreciate you guys that do that. And then we'll also tag Jason and leave all of his links down below for his YouTube channel, his Instagram, and the new fertilization course that you guys can check out if you want to learn a little bit more about fertilization and weed control. So Jason, thanks for the time, brother.
Appreciate it, Brian. Thanks for letting me be on the channel.
You bet, bud. All right, guys. So we'll have a great day, and we'll catch up with you guys on the next video.